Maya served as first commander on the Imperial warship Talon. Her reputation for tactical brilliance and combat skills had earned her this position despite being younger than most commanders at only 82 cycles. She had personally led 17 successful planetary conquests, and her name was spoken with respect among all Zentari warriors. The Talon received new orders from the Zentari High Council. They were to investigate an uncharted system on the far edge of Zentari space. Initial probes had detected unusual energy signatures from the third planet. Maya felt a thrill of excitement at the prospect of discovering a new species to bring under Zentari control. The journey took 20 days at maximum speed. When they arrived, the ship sensors immediately focused on the source of the energy readings, the third planet from the system's yellow star. It was small, mostly covered in water with scattered land masses. The atmosphere was oxygen-rich with nitrogen, a common combination among worlds that harbored life. Maya ordered her science officer to scan for technology levels and population centers. The results surprised her. The inhabitants called themselves humans, and while they had achieved space travel, they had barely ventured beyond their own moon. Their technology seemed primitive compared to Zentari standards, yet the energy reading suggested they had somehow developed advanced power sources. Most intriguing to Maya was the scan data showing that these humans were physically unimpressive. They stood on 2 legs, had only 2 arms, and possessed no natural weapons. No claws, no venom, no significant muscle mass compared to Zentari. Their skin appeared soft without protective scales or armor. Their teeth were flat and useless for combat. These humans would surely surrender at the first display of Zentari might. Maya decided to follow standard first contact protocol. The Talon would remain in orbit while a small delegation would land near one of their larger population centers to accept their surrender and explain the terms of their new status as a protected world. Under Zentari rule, Maya selected a team of 8 warriors and herself to form the delegation. They boarded a shuttle and descended toward a location the computers identified as a government center in a region called Washington. She wore her full ceremonial armor with the crest of the Zentari Empire prominent on her chest plate. All 4 of her arms carried weapons, though she doubted she would need them. The shuttle landed in an open area surrounded by white stone buildings. Hundreds of humans gathered to watch their arrival. Maya could see primitive weapons in the hands of some humans dressed in matching clothing, likely their military. Their weapons were laughably simple projectile devices that would never penetrate Zentari scales. Maya and her warriors stepped onto human soil. They towered over the assembled humans, who kept a cautious distance. She activated her universal translator and spoke in a commanding voice. "We are the Zentari Empire. We claim this world under the protection of our might. Your people will now serve the Empire. Your resources will support our continued expansion. Your military forces will submit to our command. Resistance is unwise." A single human stepped forward from the group. He was physically unremarkable by human standards of average height, with dark hair and light skin. He wore a simple dark uniform without ornament or visible rank. Maya was surprised they would send such an ordinary representative. The human spoke. "My name is Alan Mason. I represent Earth. I welcome you to our planet, but must inform you that Earth is not available for claiming. We are an independent world and intend to remain so." Maya felt her mouth ridges rise in what Zentari recognized as amusement. Such boldness from such a fragile creature. The human Alan continued to speak, explaining their governmental system, their desire for peaceful contact, their interest in cultural exchange. Maya barely listened. Such diplomatic talk was typical of species before they understood the reality of their situation. Maya interrupted him. "We do not negotiate terms, human. Your species is physically inferior. Your technology is primitive. Your world is resource-rich. You will submit or face consequences." Alan remained calm, his face showing no fear. "Perhaps before decisions are made, you would accept our hospitality. We have prepared a meeting place where we can discuss matters more comfortably. My leaders are eager to meet with you." Maya considered the offer. It was standard practice to allow new species to believe they had some say in the process before the reality of their situation became clear. She agreed, and motioned for her warriors to follow the human. They were led to a large building with impressive architecture. Maya noted the structure showed more advancement than she had expected. The humans had created beauty in their designs, a sign of civilization. She approved of this. They would make suitable servants for the Empire. Inside the building, they were shown to a large room with a table and chairs. The chairs were too small for Zentari physiology, so Maya and her warriors remained standing. Alan and several other humans entered, some wearing more elaborate clothing. Likely their leadership. The humans offered refreshments, which Maya declined. She had not come to socialize. She restated the terms of Zentari rule, explaining the benefits of Imperial protection. The humans listened politely, but she could see from their expressions they did not understand their position. One human female with silver hair spoke. "We appreciate your offer of protection, but Earth has its own defense systems. We would prefer an alliance of equals where both our peoples benefit." Maya had encountered this response before from species that overestimated their importance. She decided a demonstration was needed. She raised one of her secondary arms and fired a pulse from her weapon, vaporizing a decorative object on a side table that was set to its lowest power. "My ship carries weapons that could reduce your cities to ash in minutes. Your choice is simple. Accept Zentari rule with the privileges that come with compliance or face conquest. You have one planetary rotation to decide." The humans exchanged glances Maya could not interpret. To her surprise, they did not show the expected fear. Alan spoke again. "We understand your position, Commander. However, we cannot make such a decision without consulting our full leadership council. May we have 3 days rather than 1. Maya considered this request for additional time was also typical. She saw no harm in granting it. The outcome would be the same. "Very well. 3 days. We will return to our ship. Prepare your answer." As Maya and her warriors returned to their shuttle, she noticed something odd. The humans did not appear panicked. They moved with purpose, speaking quietly to each other. Some were operating communication devices, likely informing their governments of the situation. But there was a strange confidence in their movements that puzzled her. Back on the Talon, Maya ordered continuous monitoring of the planet. They detected increased communications and movement of vehicles, but no mass panic, no military mobilization. The humans were surprisingly calm. She wondered if they truly understood their situation, or if their species simply lacked the capacity to comprehend the danger they faced. Maya reviewed the data gathered during their brief visit to the human world. Something about these humans bothered her. They seemed too confident, too composed for a species facing submission or destruction. She ordered more detailed scans of human population centers. The science officer reported unusual findings. The energy signatures that had first attracted their attention were not consistent with the visible technology. They appeared to be coming from underground facilities scattered across the planet. The pattern suggested a network more advanced than the primitive society visible on the surface. Maya felt the first stirrings of concern. Could these humans be more than they appeared? The next 3 days would reveal the truth. Story Part. Text Markdown Story Part 2. The 3 days passed quickly. Maya spent the time studying everything the ship sensors could tell her about the humans. She learned they were surprisingly adaptable, having spread across their entire planet. Despite its varying climates, they had fought countless wars against each other, showing a capacity for violence that seemed at odds with their fragile bodies. Their history showed rapid technological advancement in recent centuries, faster than most species the Zentari had encountered. Most concerning was what the sensors could not detect. The energy signatures remained mysterious, fluctuating in patterns that suggested purposeful control rather than natural occurrence. Yet the visible technology of the humans did not explain these readings. When the deadline arrived, Maya prepared to return to the surface with her delegation. She added 4 more warriors to her team, a precaution, though she still believed the humans posed no real threat. The shuttle descended to the same location as before. Alan greeted them again with the same calm demeanor. "Thank you for returning. Commander Maya, our council has considered your offer and has prepared a response. Please follow me." They were led to a different building. This one appeared to be a military structure. Maya approved of this change. The humans were acknowledging the true nature of this interaction. They entered a large underground chamber where several humans waited. The walls displayed maps and images of what appeared to be defensive systems. A human male with dark skin and gray hair stepped forward. "I am General Wilson, head of Earth Defense Forces. We have carefully considered your proposal, Commander." Maya interrupted. "I have not come for further discussion. I have come for your answer. Will you submit peacefully, or must we demonstrate our power?" "We call them the Voidborn," Alan explained. "We know very little about them. The pilot was dead when we recovered the craft. Our scientists believe they come from beyond our galaxy. Their technology operates on principles we are still struggling to understand." Maya moved closer to the vessel. The design was disturbing, somehow wrong in ways she could not articulate, yet its advanced nature was undeniable. Such technology in human hands explained much about their rapid development. "Have the Voidborn returned?" she asked. "Not directly," Dr. Benson said, "but we have detected similar energy signatures at the edges of our solar system 17 times over the past 5 decades. They appear to be observing, studying. Each appearance is brief, but our tracking systems improve each time we believe they are preparing for something, a potential common enemy." Maya thought. This changed the strategic situation significantly. If these Voidborn represented a threat beyond the galaxy, an alliance with humans might serve Zentari interests better than conquest. Earth had anticipated this line of thinking. "We believe the Zentari Empire would be a valuable ally against whatever the Voidborn represent," Alan said. "Their visits have increased in frequency. The last detection was just 20 days ago." Maya studied the crashed vessel again. The timing was concerning. The Zentari Council had ordered exploration of this system shortly after the most recent Voidborn appearance. Was this coincidence, or was there some connection? They did not yet understand. "I must speak with my ship." She decided the Council needs this information. They provided her with a secure communication room. The Talon responded immediately. Maya could see her second-in-command looked nervous. Surrounded by the still active human weapon platforms, report, she ordered. "Commander, our scanners have completed a full analysis of the human defenses. They are unlike anything we have encountered. The platforms use some form of phase-shifting technology that allows them to exist partially outside normal space. This explains why our initial scans detected nothing. The technology is not in our database." Maya considered this information. Phase shifting was theoretical in Zentari science. The energy requirements would be enormous, but with a quantum core such as the one she had seen, it might be possible. "Have you detected any other unusual readings?" she asked. "Yes, Commander. There are energy signatures at the edge of the system. Very faint, but similar to the readings we detected from Earth initially, except these appear to be moving. They do not match any known ship design." Maya felt her scales tighten, a physical response to danger. The Voidborn were here watching. This was no coincidence. "Maintain alert. Status," she ordered. "I will return to the ship shortly with important information." She turned to Alan, who had been waiting quietly. Maya suspected he had understood the exchange, despite it being in her native language. "Your Voidborn have returned," she said directly. "They are at the edge of your system. My ship has detected them." To her surprise, Alan did not seem shocked. "We expected as much. The timing of your arrival suggested they might be following. The question is why? What interest do they have in the Zentari?" Maya had been considering the same question. Why would these mysterious beings be observing both humans and Zentari? What connected them? She looked again at the preserved vessel. Its design nagged at her memory. Something about the flowing organic appearance reminded her of ancient Zentari texts. Descriptions of the devourers, beings of legend who had allegedly threatened the early Zentari civilization. How long has Earth been watching the Zentari? she asked suddenly. Alan hesitated. For approximately 70 Earth years, our long-range sensors detected unusual activity in your home systems. We have been monitoring the expansion of your empire since then. 70 years. Maya calculated quickly. That would have been during the renewal, the period when Zentari history recorded a massive technological advancement after a long dark age. Following what the ancient texts called the time of hiding, when their ancestors had concealed themselves from the devourers, a theory began to form. In her mind, one so disturbing she was reluctant to voice it. Could the Voidborn be connected to the devourers of Zentari legend? Could both Earth and Zentaria have encountered the same enemy in their past? Dr. Benson returned with General Wilson. They appeared concerned. Commander, she said. Our deep space array has detected additional signatures matching the Voidborn. They appear to be moving toward your home system's knot. Earth Maya felt cold certainty settle in her core. The connections were becoming clear. The Voidborn had been observing both species, perhaps testing their appearance near Zentari space, followed by the Council ordering exploration of Earth. This was no coincidence. I need to return to my ship immediately, she said. We face a common threat, one I believe my people have encountered before. If I am correct, your world is in danger, but so is the entire Zentari Empire. General Wilson nodded. We suspected as much. The tactical analysis suggested the timing of your arrival was manipulated. The Zentari Empire has been expanding toward Earth for decades, yet suddenly accelerated in our direction after the last Voidborn appearance. It appears someone wanted our civilizations to meet as they rushed toward the surface. Maya mentally composed. Her report to the Council. The political implications were enormous. A species with advanced technology that could challenge Zentari dominance. Evidence of manipulation by an outside force. The possible return of the devourers of legend. The Council would be divided on how to proceed aboard the shuttle. Maya turned to Alan. I will advocate for alliance with your world when I speak with the Council. But they will demand proof of what I have seen. They will not accept my word. Alone, Alan handed her a small device. This contains data on the Voidborn encounters and limited information on our defensive capabilities. Enough to convince your leaders of our value as allies without revealing all our secrets. Maya accepted the device. Should the Zentari Council agree to alliance, what terms would your people propose? Equal exchange of scientific knowledge. Alan said, mutual defense, non-interference in internal affairs, restricted military presence in each other's territories. The usual diplomatic frameworks. Maya almost laughed. The usual diplomatic frameworks were not usual for the Zentari. They conquered, they did not negotiate, but perhaps that approach needed to change. If these Voidborn were indeed related to the devourers of legend, the Zentari might need allies rather than subjects for the first time in their modern history. Text Markdown Story Part 4. The journey back to Zentari space took 18 days. During that time, Maya studied the data the humans had provided. The information was disturbing. The Voidborn vessel contained technology that operated on principles that defied conventional understanding. Its power source utilized what the humans called dark energy, drawing power from the fabric of space itself. Its hull material could phase shift, becoming partially incorporeal. This explained how such vessels could appear and disappear from sensors. Most concerning were the biological samples. The Voidborn pilot had not been a single entity but a colony organism, thousands of smaller components working as one. The human scientists theorized these beings existed simultaneously in multiple dimensions, explaining their strange physics and biology. Maya compared these findings with ancient Zentari texts accessed from the ship library. The descriptions of the devourers were disturbingly similar, beings that could appear and vanish at will, bodies that seemed to flow like liquid, yet were stronger than steel. The text spoke of a great war that had nearly destroyed Zentari civilization, forcing them to hide underground for generations. The final piece fell into place when she reviewed Zentari historical records of the renewal, the period when their civilization had suddenly advanced technologically. The records were vague, mentioning only that their ancestors had discovered a great source of knowledge, That knowledge had propelled Zentari development forward by centuries in less than a generation, just as the humans had advanced after finding the crashed Void-born ship. When the Talon reached Zentari space, Maya requested an immediate audience with the High Council. This was unprecedented for a first commander to speak directly to the Council, but the urgency of her information warranted breaking protocol. To her surprise, the request was granted without question. The Talon docked at the central station orbiting the Zentari homeworld. Maya prepared herself for the Council meeting, selecting formal armor and bringing the human data device as evidence. She also brought something else, a small container, holding a preserved fragment of the Void-born vessel the humans had provided as proof. The Council chamber was imposing a circular room with 13 raised seats for the Council members. Maya stood in the center, feeling the weight of 13 pairs of eyes upon her. All male, all older, all with battle scars that spoke of their experience. Her youth and gender had always made these encounters difficult. This would be worse. First Commander Maya of the Talon, the lead counselor, began. We have received your preliminary report regarding the human world. Your claims are extraordinary. A primitive species with advanced cloaking technology. Hidden defense systems. A crashed vessel from beyond our galaxy. Explain yourself. Maya stood tall. I bring evidence, honored council. The humans have provided data regarding their encounters with beings they call the Void-born. I believe these are the same entities our ancestors called the Devourers. The general nodded. We understand, however. Before you make any decisions, we believe you should have complete information about our world and its capabilities. Alan, please proceed. Alan stepped forward and activated a wall screen. It displayed images of human history. Maya watched with growing impatience as scenes of human development played across the screen. Their progression from primitive tools to spaceflight was impressive for such a young species, but irrelevant to the current situation. Commander, Maya Allen said quietly, you evaluated our species based on what you could observe. You saw our visible technology, our physical forms, our apparent capabilities. But there is something important you should understand about humans. We are very good at hiding our true strength until it is needed. The screen changed to show a different kind of image. A massive underground facility filled with technology far more advanced than what Maya had seen on the surface. The next image showed humans operating machinery that resembled Zentari designs. The final image caused Maya to step back in shock. It showed a weapons platform in orbit around Earth, one that had somehow remained undetected by the Talon sensors. What deception is this? Maya demanded. Not deception, General Wilson replied. Caution, Earth has been aware of alien civilizations for over 80 years. We detected signals from your empire decades ago. We learned about the Zentari conquest of the Proxima system and the subjugation of the Arcturian colonies. We knew eventually you would find us. So we prepared. Maya felt her secondary heart begin to beat faster, a Zentari response to threat. No primitive species could hide technology from Zentari scanners. Such capabilities were beyond human potential. The general continued. We have maintained a public face of limited technological development while our true advancement remained hidden. We have defensive systems that could have destroyed your ship the moment it entered our system. We chose conversation instead. Maya hissed in disbelief. You lie, your species cannot possibly. Her words were cut short as the chamber lights dimmed, and a holographic display activated in the center of the room. It showed the Talon in orbit. Then Maya watched as dozens of previously invisible objects appeared around her ship, each one emitting energy signatures that the ship sensors now detected. On the Talon, alarm sounded. The communications officer contacted Maya. Commander, we are surrounded by weapons platforms of unknown design. They appeared from nowhere. Our weapon systems are reporting targeting locks from multiple vectors. Maya felt the unfamiliar sensation of fear. The humans had somehow concealed an entire defense network. Advanced cloaking technology was rare even among the oldest species in the galaxy. How had these humans acquired such capabilities? I recommend you recall your crew to the surface, Alan said calmly. We have no desire to destroy your vessel or harm your people. But we will defend our world, Maya signaled her warriors to stand down. Her mind raced through possibilities. This situation was unprecedented in her experience. With the Talon targeted, there was no possibility of calling for reinforcements or launching an attack. You claim to have known about us for decades, she said. Why did you not contact the Empire directly? Why this deception? General Wilson smiled, a human expression Maya was beginning to recognize as indicating satisfaction. We have learned that the Zentari respect strength, not diplomacy. Had we approached you as supplicants, we would have been conquered. Had we displayed our true capabilities too soon, other threats might have found us. Before revealing ourselves to the galaxy, we needed to be certain we could defend our world. Another human stepped forward, this one female with pale skin and red hair. Our scientists have been studying your ship, Commander, she said. Your technology is impressive, but not as advanced as you believe. Zentari expansion has relied more on your physical advantages and aggressive tactics than on technological superiority. Against most species, this works well. Against us, it would fail. Maya struggled to process this information. Throughout her career, she had never encountered a species that could challenge Zentari military might. Yet these fragile-looking humans had somehow developed technology that surpassed their own, while maintaining the appearance of primitives. What do you want? She asked finally. The red-haired human smiled. We want what we said from the beginning, an alliance of equals, cultural exchange, scientific cooperation, mutual defense. We have much to offer the Zentari. If you can see us as partners rather than subjects. Maya considered her options. The situation was clear. The humans had the tactical advantage. If their hidden technology was as advanced as it appeared, they could destroy the Talon. Yet they offered alliance instead of demanding surrender. The concept was foreign to Zentari thinking. General Wilson seemed to sense her conflict. Commander Maya, he said, Earth has studied the Zentari Empire for generations. We know your people value strength, courage, and honor. We have demonstrated our strength. Now we offer you a choice: return to your empire with news of our existence as a potential enemy, or return with news of a powerful ally. The choice is yours. The implications were enormous. The High Council would be furious that a first commander had failed to secure a conquest. But they would be intrigued by a species with technology that could hide from Zentari sensors. Such an alliance could provide advantages in their ongoing conflicts with other galactic powers. I cannot make such a decision without consulting the High Council, Maya said. Of course, Alan replied. We expected nothing less. We offer you and your crew safe passage and open communication with your leaders. Maya studied the humans with new eyes. Their physical weakness had blinded her to their true nature. They were cunning, patient, and surprisingly advanced, a dangerous combination, but also a potentially valuable one. I will speak with the Council, she agreed. But first, I wish to understand more about your people. How did you develop such technology without detection? How have you hidden your true capabilities? General Wilson nodded to Alan, who stepped forward. Commander, if you would like to follow me, we have prepared information about our history and development. We believe you will find it enlightening. As Maya followed the human from the chamber, she felt something she had rarely experienced: uncertainty mixed with curiosity. These humans had accomplished something no other species had managed. They had surprised the Zentari Empire, and Maya suspected they had more surprises to reveal. Text Markdown Story Part 3. Maya found herself in a secure underground facility deeper than she had expected beneath the surface of Earth. Alan led her through corridors lined with technology that confirmed her worst fears. The humans had indeed developed systems far beyond what their public appearance suggested. This facility was built 60 years ago, Alan explained, after we recovered technology from a crashed vessel not of Zentari origin. He noticed her surprise. We were not the first aliens to find Earth, Commander, just the first to announce themselves properly. Maya processed this information, it explained. Much about the unusual development pattern of human technology. They had reverse-engineered alien systems, a shortcut to advancement, but it did not explain their ability to conceal such development from Zentari sensors. They entered a large chamber, dominated by a central pillar of swirling energy contained within transparent walls. Maya recognized the design, though she had only seen theoretical models. This was a quantum stabilization core technology the Zentari had been attempting to perfect for centuries. "You have a functional quantum core," Maya said, unable to hide her astonishment. The red-haired woman from earlier entered the room. "We call it the Nexus, Dr. Olivia Benson," she introduced herself, chief scientist for the Earth Defense Initiative. "Yes, the core has been operational for 28 years. It powers our shield network and cloaking systems." "Impossible," Maya said. "The energy requirements alone would." Dr. Benson smiled. "We found solutions to the containment problems that had limited development. The human brain is particularly good at seeing patterns others miss. Our scientists made connections between quantum physics and biological systems that created new possibilities." Maya turned to examine the core more carefully. Its design was elegant with modifications she had never considered. The implications were significant. If humans had solved quantum stabilization, what other advances had they made? "What else are you hiding?" she asked directly. Alan and Dr. Benson exchanged glances. Then Alan nodded. "Commander Maya, we have shown you this facility as a gesture of good faith. If an alliance is formed between our peoples, there will be full disclosure of our capabilities. But some technologies must remain confidential until formal agreements are in place. I hope you understand." Maya did understand strategic assets were never revealed without guarantees. The humans were being cautious, as any intelligent species would be. Still, what she had seen was enough to confirm they were far more advanced than their public technology suggested. "Tell me about the crashed vessel," she said instead. They led her to another section of the facility. This room was colder, kept at what Maya recognized as preservation temperature. Inside a transparent chamber lay the remains of a ship. Unlike anything Zentari had encountered, the vessel was organic in appearance, with surfaces that seemed to flow like liquid even in its damaged state. Murmurs spread through the council. This was a serious claim. The Devourers were legend creatures of nightmare used to frighten Zentari children. To suggest they were real. One counselor leaned forward. "The Devourers are myths, Commander. Has your time among these humans affected your reason?" Maya activated the data device projecting images of the crashed void-borne ship. The organic flowing design appeared in the center of the chamber alongside scans of its internal structure. "This vessel was recovered by humans 80 Earth years ago," she explained. "Its technology includes phase-shifting capabilities and a power source that draws energy from space itself. The pilot was a colony organism operating as a single entity." She then displayed images from ancient Zentari texts showing crude drawings of similar flowing designs and descriptions of beings that could vanish at will. "The similarities are undeniable," she continued. "But there is more. The timing of our technological renewal corresponds to approximately the same period when humans found this vessel. I believe our ancestors may have discovered similar technology." The council chamber fell silent. This suggestion bordered on heresy. The renewal was sacred in Zentari culture, the moment when their species had been chosen for greatness. To suggest it had come from alien technology. Another counselor spoke, his voice heavy with displeasure. "You overstep, Commander. The renewal was a natural development of Zentari brilliance, not stolen technology." Maya chose her next words carefully. "I do not suggest theft, Honored Council, but perhaps discovery. Our ancestors were brilliant to understand and adapt such advanced concepts, but the evidence suggests both our species encountered the same entities. And now these Voidborn have returned." She displayed the sensor readings showing the strange energy signatures at the edge of Zentari space. These readings match those detected near Earth before our arrival. The humans believe, and I agree, that the Voidborn manipulated events to bring our species into contact. The lead counselor studied the readings. What would be their purpose in doing so? Maya had considered this question during the journey home. "I believe they are testing us, both humans and Zentari. The ancient texts speak of the Devourers testing species before deciding their fate. Perhaps this is what we now face." For proof, she opened the container and removed the fragment of Voidborn technology. The piece seemed to shift and move even though it was inert. The council members leaned forward, their interest obvious despite their skepticism. "This is from the crashed vessel," she said. "Our scientists have already determined it contains elements unknown to our periodic table. Its atomic structure is unstable, shifting between states. This technology is beyond both human and Zentari science." The council conferred among themselves, speaking too quietly for Maya to hear. Finally, the lead counselor addressed her. "If what you suggest is true, what course of action do you recommend?" This was unexpected. Maya had prepared for skepticism and dismissal, not acceptance. She gathered her thoughts before responding. "The humans have proposed alliance, not subjugation. They possess technology we lack, just as we have advantages they do not. Their defensive capabilities are impressive. Their scientific understanding in certain areas exceeds our own. If these Voidborn are indeed the devourers of legend returned, neither of our species may survive alone. Alliance with inferior beings," one counselor scoffed. "The Empire does not ally. It conquers." Maya stood firm. "These humans are not inferior. Their physical form may be weaker, but their technology and adaptability are remarkable. They reversed engineered Voidborn technology more successfully than our ancestors did. They developed phase shifting when we have only theoretical models. They hid their entire defense network from our sensors. I would not call such beings inferior." The council seemed surprised by her vehemence. Maya realized she had begun to respect these humans during her brief time among them. They had shown courage, intelligence, and restraint qualities the Zentari valued. "What terms do these humans propose?" another counselor asked. Maya explained the framework Alan had described. "Equal exchange of scientific knowledge, mutual defense, non-interference in internal affairs." "Impossible," one counselor declared. "We would never allow aliens equal status. Then we face the Voidborn alone," Maya countered. "The humans detected 7 vessels at the edge of our territory. Based on their experience with these beings, an attack may be imminent." The council fell silent again. The implications were clear. If Maya was correct, the legendary enemy that had nearly destroyed their civilization had returned, and this time they faced not just the Zentari, but an alliance between 2 advanced species.